Just got done editing this interview. You guys are going to love it. Before I do that, though, I want you to know that I'm going to be in the comments for the next 30 minutes or so answering your questions. If there's additional questions you want me to ask the CEO next time I interview them, leave them below. Or if you're just loving the data points I get CEOs to share, click the thumbs up button below. That's your way of telling me you're loving this stuff, and I'll get you more of it. Additionally, again, I'll be in the comments answering any questions you have. All right, for 30 minutes. Enjoy the interview. Hello, everyone. My guest today is Juha Berghäll. He is a serial entrepreneur with a wide experience in IT domain, from software development to services and software solutions and sales. He's got over 20 years in enterprise service management with an excellent track record of building and leading winning teams. His personal goal is to help business leaders to see information technology as an organic and critical part of their business, not just hard to understand, expensive, techie-driven cost centers. All right, Juha, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah.
All right. So the company's called Oneio.cloud. Help us understand what the company does. Maybe name a customer and how they use you.
Basically, what we are doing, we automate enterprise integration, delivery, and management jobs. Typical customer is an enterprise who is outsourcing their IT or is a managed service provider providing different kind of business services to the enterprise customers. So we help them to integrate tools and processes.
Okay, so name a customer and tell us how that customer specifically is using you.
For instance, enterprise customers would be in Adidas or Sixt, Schindler,
so how
Bayer,
is it?
And guys like.
Tell us about Adidas. Yeah, tell us about how they use you.
They utilize Oneio from internal use case when it comes to integrating, for instance, Salesforce for customer service requests regarding GDPR, for instance, going from customer service to IT. So that the IT guys can automate the process between the customer service and themselves, and then external use cases integrating their external suppliers to their centralized IT.
Okay, so should we think of you kind of like a MuleSoft or a Zapier or enterprise version of those?
Well, those guys, MuleSoft is definitely a enterprise-grade integration platform, typically used on the business applications like ERP and logistics, banking, transaction-based, like enterprise-wide. Whereas Oneio sits and is kind of positioned to the more like a business support functions like IT, HR, financials, guys like that who don't have the budget resource to really set up the enterprise grade integration. So we automate this thing for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, last time you came on the show was back in December of 2018. Man, it's been a while. Has anything changed regarding the average price folks are paying you? You told us ACV last time was about $50,000 per year on average.
I think it went a little bit up. At the moment, we are actually following up the ARPA, revenue per account. So we are somewhere in 45,000 USD.
Per year on average?
Average revenue per account.
Per year, not per month, right?
Yeah. Per year.
Yeah. Okay. And founded the company in 2011, correct?
Yeah.
And so what have you done? I mean, how are you finding these customers? Is it an enterprise model or field sales model? How are you landing new folks?
Well, that's the thing that we changed last year, since we had a quite extensive channel model, quite traditional enterprise sales through the channel, reach out for those large enterprises. And due to certain changes over there, we changed to the direct model and start building product-led growth strategy. So at the moment, the main channel that we are building, it's a digital channel. So we strongly believe that that's the way to sell to the individuals in the enterprises. So at the moment, it's kind of a hybrid still. So we have the channel, we have direct sales, and the channel, depending a little bit on the region.
Okay. And so how many customers have you scaled to now?
We have 65 customers.
65 customers. Okay. So can I take 65 times that $45,000 ACV? That would put you about $250,000 a month on average in revenue.
It's around that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's, in the USD, the MRR was last year, December 230.
230. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. So you have just recently passed a $3 million run rate.
We are getting there, yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, help us understand a little bit how the team composition has changed since the last time we spoke. So last time you had about 15 folks on the team. How many today?
32.
And what's the breakdown? How many engineers?
Engineers, I think now the engineering and R&D product, something like 15 to 20 peeps over there. Okay. And rest is then the support, customer success, sales, marketing. We also have now the Central European. We started up operations over there, so we have a couple of guys in Central Europe and now also in US.
Mm-hmm. How many on the team? How many sales reps do you have that actually carry a quota?
6.
Okay. And who's leading that? I mean, this is something at your scale that a lot of founders, they struggle with. They're not sure how to get their sales team motion going.
Yeah. I can feel that. I have really, really good VP sales at the moment. He's leading the show. So I've been able to take that burden a bit from my shoulders to him. So.
Well, that's obviously a nice luxury to have. Were there any mistakes you guys made early with your sales team that you've since figured out and fixed?
I think not in the sales team, but it's related to the channel model. I think we try to stay in control over the channel, but most of the channel partners, they are quite big enterprises like Fujitsu, for instance, and of course. It's our relationship and our stake for their business is quite relatively small. So those were the mistakes. I think we learned that in order to us to deliver the full value for the customers, we need to stay in control. We need to lead the cases and then utilize the channel, feed the channel, rather than us, hoping that the channel guys are doing their best for us.
Yeah. What do you pay the channels? Do you pay them a kickback or affiliate fee?
Yeah, the same thing still, 30% for the first year's MRR, ARR, and then 10% for the next couple of years.
Okay. Well, is it in perpetuity?
As a discount from the, sorry.
When you say 30% year one and then 10% for the next couple of years, how many years is that 10%?
2 years. So 3 year in max.
I see. Okay. I mean, it's a nice incentive. And have you raised additional capital or still about 1.4 million raised?
That's still the case. We are actually now in the middle of kind of a Series A round discussions, and we also got this grant from EU Innovation Fund, which was really nice, 1.1 million euros in total as a grant that helped us to boost up a bit.
Non-dilutive, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Definitely.
Yep. What is it like? I mean, we're in the middle of this virus. Stock markets around the world are down 30-40%. There was tons of VC money flowing like crazy as recently as 3 weeks ago. What are you hearing? You're trying to raise right now.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting since, as you know, VCs, they have the money already. So they have the funds. So they have to figure out what they do with the money. Since the stock market collapsed, they need to find ways to invest still. And for some reason, back in the days 2008, actually the VC investments didn't die off just like that. Of course, there are things that people maybe hesitate at the moment when it comes to timing, and that's of course a bad thing. But at the moment, the discussions are still going on with us, for instance, and nobody has said that okay, we will postpone or something like that.
So how much are you looking to raise?
Well, at the moment, we are looking for in ratio of 5 to 6 million euros, which is then something six plus USD million.
And what, I mean, how much of the company do you think you can get away with selling for 6? I mean, can you get like 5%, 10%? You think you have to like 20%?
I mean, the share, the dilution.
Yeah, like how much of the company do you think you have to sell to raise 6 million?
That's a good question always. Before this virus thing going on, I think we were looking for 20 to 25 million pre-money valuation. Yep.
What do you think you have to edit it to?
Hard to say.
Well, I mean, you must be having these conversations, right? What are you hearing?
Yeah, but it's really like most of the discussions that we are having at the moment, they are quite early stage still.
I see. I see. Okay. So you want to raise 6 million, but you don't have a lead yet or anything like that. Just conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now, are you burning capital right now? Or are you guys profitable?
We are burning. Last year, for instance, the burn rate was around 80K USD.
Total? A month?
Month.
Okay. And you're still burning about that today?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not horrible. Have you given yourself, though, enough runway? I mean, do you have enough runway in the bank where you can last 6, 7, 8, 10 months if you need to?
Of course, cash is the key and the king at these times. So we are following up the cash flow really like on daily basis almost.
Yeah.
So the run rate we are estimating 4 to 5 months at the moment.
Okay. So what, you have like $300,000-$400,000 in the bank right now, cash?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then of course the outstanding invoices and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's good. Now, obviously, churn is critical in any SaaS company. What's your guys' churn look like?
Calculative churn, net MRR churn, around 2.5, minus 2.5 last year.
Okay.
And logo churn, calculative around 5%.
Let's ignore logos for a second. Just focus on revenue churn. Net, it sounds like that's a good number. 102% net revenue retention, which is the same as negative 2% net revenue churn. If you look at the gross number, though, the gross revenue churn, do you know what that was last year?
No, that number I don't have here.
No problem. In terms of getting new customers, when you're not using a channel partner, which you pay a 30% kickback for, are there any other channels that you're leveraging? And if so, what's your fully weighted CAC to get a new $40,000 a year customer?
Any other channels, you mean?
Yeah, I'm just curious, what's your fully weighted customer acquisition cost if it's not through a value-added reseller?
At the moment, or last year, in average, I think we calculated in total of customer acquisition cost around 60 to 70,000 per customer.
Okay. So you get paid back in 14, 15 months, something like that?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. These are good economics here.
So LTV divided by CAC was 3.9 last year in average.
Yep, that's good. That's good stuff. Very good. Well, look, obviously it looks like you're literally on the road right now, talking to VCs, trying to figure out, are you going to, can you raise money? Do you not raise money? Now, well, let me ask you a tough question, right? If this virus thing doesn't turn around and you guys only have, 4 to 6 months of runway in your bank, I mean, you have to make some tough decisions. What do you cut? What do you cut?
Well, that's a really good question. Of course, we've been doing a lot of these traditional kind of trade shows as well. They are now cut off. Easy, no need to decide over there. Then traveling, flying, all that, which was quite big last year, that will be automatically cut. Then, of course, especially since most of the folks are in Finland, and the legislation, and when it comes to layoffs and stuff like that, it's not that flexible.
Yeah.
So it's going to take weeks, months to get any savings from employees and salaries and stuff like that. So then, of course, we are discussing with our current investor, and they are still happy to help. So there are options over there as well.
Yeah. Who is your current investor?
It's a Nordic company called Inventure.
Okay, but they're a VC firm or a company?
VC.
Okay.
VC.
Very good. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, favorite business book.
That's always a tricky one.
You told me Anatomy of Winning last time.
Oh yeah, that was so I cannot use it anymore. So I'm still reading it. Actually, I like the book by Wes Bush, the guy who are setting up kind of the BLG, product-led guy.
Yep, product-led growth.
Product-led growth, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm reading.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Not myself, then.
You can say none.
Yeah, no, none.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your company?
I still like HubSpot, like last time.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Still 7.
Okay, and married, single, kiddos, what's your situation?
still married, 2 kids.
That's good. And how old are you? 43, 44?
Turning 44.
44. Very good. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Well, maybe shit will hit the fan at some point. So I think that's something that keep some money in the bank.
Yep. There you guys have it. 1.io founder, again, helping automate integration, development, and management jobs. They just passed call it almost $3 million in ARR. They've got about 300 grand in the bank, burning $80,000 per month, looking to go raise 6 million on a 2025 pre. That was pre kind of virus stuff. He's now literally on the road trying to figure out, what do we do next? Can we still raise? Do we have to cut some costs? What do we do? They're at 65 customers right now. Founded back in 2011. They've raised 1.4 million to date, 32 folks on the team, 15 engineers as they look to scale. Juha, thank you for taking us to the top.
Pleasure.
These CEOs rarely give these kinds of interviews. I hit them hard, I get the data, and I want to do it more. So if you want to get more of this stuff, make sure you subscribe up here. And then additionally, go check out one of my other CEO interviews right now.